So there was a recent debate between incumbent Congressman Joe Crowley and progressive opponent Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, and the contrast was very clear. Alexandria, you guys know I have progressive in my YouTube channel name. You know where my biases lie. You know I'm a progressive. Alexandria is a real progressive. I'm rooting for Alexandria because her platform consists of things like Medicare for all, a federal jobs guarantee, tuition-free public college, and the abolition of ICE. You know, the organization ripping children away from families and separating families. So if you really care about that issue, you probably want to go straight to the source, and the source of that is ICE and this administration. But back to the debate. So she was facing up against Joe Crowley. So Joe Crowley has a record of being a standard corporate Democrat. He supported the Iraq War. He supported intervention in Libya. He supported trade deals that outsource American jobs. Overall, he's a corporate guy, standard politician, not a progressive. Right now, he's claiming to be a progressive. If you look all around the country, and in recent years, and especially this year, these corporate Democrats are pretending to move to the left and calling themselves progressive. You see it everywhere in the country because right now they know, because they're not dumb, they know that being a progressive is what people want. So they're pretending in the primaries, especially, that they are progressives. They're even openly calling themselves progressive. But these are the same people that vote for more war and just take your jobs and move them to China and India or someplace like that. So during the debate, I watched the debate. It was very clear that their strategies were very different, I gotta say. In my opinion, I believe that Alexandria or Ocasio Cortez was talking about the issues relating that are important to a lot of the people, that are important to people people all around the country, but she was sending the message directly towards her constituents and her local people, and these are issues that definitely impact them. And Joe would sort of talk about them, but he'd always somehow drift back to Trump. There was a point in the debate where they were talking about campaign finance and special interest groups, and she was saying she doesn't take corporate money because she doesn't want to be sold out, pretty much. But somehow, some way, Joe was able to pivot back to Trump. He kept bringing up Trump, Trump, Trump. Yeah, the way they were painting themselves was pretty much he tried to paint himself as the answer to Trump, and she was trying to paint herself as the answer to issues that are facing the community. Which, in my opinion, I think that's a better strategy than saying, "Oh, I'm anti-Trump," because if every Democrat says and their platform is, I'm gonna resist Trump," believe me, it's not gonna end up well. I think you have to talk about the issues. The reason why Trump won, in my opinion, is because he went to places that are facing economic struggle, like Michigan, the Rust Belt in general, where jobs were being outsourced, and he said, "Look, I'm against outsourcing." And his record isn't very good when it comes to outsourcing. He makes his products in China and other places like India, Vietnam, wherever. But he was able to send the message he's gonna be against outsourcing. And that's how he won, because he spoke to the issues that really affect the people, the economic issues. So it just kind of shows the key to victory, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, is speak to the issues that personally affect most of the people, most of the American people, and that's what Alexandria is doing. She is speaking to the issues that affect her community. I think that's the reason she's going to win the primary. I say that really boldly and confidently. Joe Crowley, he hasn't ran a campaign, and according to an article by The Intercept, this is his first campaign, his first primary opponent since 2004. So, for over a decade, he never faced a real primary opponent, and he never faced such a strong progressive like Alexandria. And I think that also could hurt his campaign. But overall, the debate, I think Alexandria did really well. She was very serious during the debate, talking a lot about the issues, not really trying to play political games, just talking about the issues, talking about what's important. And Joe could only talk, oh, I'm anti-Trump, I'm anti-Trump, I'm anti-Trump. Oh, before I forget, speaking of that anti-Trump pivot, around the same time he pivoted to Trump from the talking about campaign finance reform, they somehow got to the topic of immigration because he was saying, oh, I'm going to stop this administration who's ripping children from their families because I'm going to resist somehow, some way. And because they got on that topic, Alexandria decided to say, if she's elected, she's going to fight for the complete abolition of ICE. Okay? And then somehow she was able to get Joe Crowley to defend ICE. And her, you know what his defense is? Kamala Harris came out against the abolition. Kamala Harris. You see, that kind of shows you what the corporate Democrats think about the political sphere right now, the political situation. They look at Kamala Harris, this first-year senator, this new face of politics, really. And there's nothing wrong with being a new face, let me clarify. But they look at her and they're like, she's the future of the Democratic Party. This is, she's establishment. She's supported by the establishment. The establishment loves her. The corporate media loves her. People like Joe Crowley love her. But for some reason, they think maybe because they think she's a person of color and a female, they think the left's gonna go crazy when he mentioned Kamala Harris. No, I don't know if he knows this. He probably should. Kamala Harris isn't very popular in the actual left. Not just in, and when I say actual left, I'm not talking about just like communists or whatever, or really far left people. I'm talking about progressives. The real base of the Democratic Party are not, Kamala Harris does not appeal to them. So if he thinks that Kamala Harris is this kind of go-to person, he's wrong. And that kind of just shows you that he's stuck in that establishment corporate bubble. And he is not the proper choice. He's not going to be the best senator. He's not going to be the best choice to be leading in any aspect of politics. And I think that Alexandria, so let me clarify. Joe is really high up there in that Democratic hierarchy in the House. If Alexandria pulls off this win and removes him from office, that would be a beautiful one. It would be great. It would shake up the House. It would shake up the party leadership. It would show them in this little Democratic Party civil war that's going on, where the progressives and the corporatists are fighting. It'll show them that this is a real fight, that we're coming after them. And we're not just going to be sitting here as they rig elections, like how they did in 2016, and screw up the chances of the progressive movement, and how they screw up and let people like Trump in power. Can you believe that? It was under their leadership that they let Trump in power. They put a person with so much experience, but clearly a corporate person, of clearly the establishment, up against a reality TV show host, and they lost. So that's the Democratic Party now. That's the Democratic Party we're fighting against. And we, the progressives, we got to become the leaders of the Democratic Party. And then you're going to see a real progressive message that focuses on issues that impact the people. You're going to see different results in these elections. You're going to see victory. You're going to see winning. And I think Alexandria Ortiz is one of those early steps to transforming the Democratic Party.